Look, we've got to talk about this. Animal rights group PETA has asked the Broncos to retire their famous horse mascot Buck and change their name to the Brisbane Boomerangs. The Brisbane, I mean, that just screams competition, doesn't it? Buck the horse has been a mainstay at Broncos home games for decades, doing laps around Suncorp Stadium. Yet in an open letter to the CEO, PETA's vice president said, "We'd like to ask you to retire the live horse mascot Buck and move away from imagery such as bucking broncos, which glorifies rodeos. Well, look, what can you say? I mean, what's next? The Sharks? The Dolphins? What is
Wallabies?
next? Well, they even wanted the Western Bulldogs in the AFL. They wanted them changed to the Western Mutts. And it does not scream competition. For
I know
God's
the
sake.
CEO of the
Seriously.
Broncos, and I would love to see his response.
It's
so
ridiculous.
I'm waiting for that to be leaked.
But I mean, surely PETA,
Yeah.
come on, PETA, they're ridiculous.
Insane.
They're insane.
crazy.
What can you say, Dave?
Well, and what next? The Castle Hill Colts. I mean, we've got a situation in Australia where we had nearly every sporting code, if not every sporting code, has got animals as its patrons. But does Peter also think that we should be going to the various army regiments and battalions that have got goats and sheep and horses as their mascots? I mean, if you had a look at the Anzac Day March this year, there were battalions that was led by their goat or their sheep, or because that's their mascot, and they went overseas with illegally, of course, went overseas with these animals as well when they served on foreign battlefields. So I think these guys have just done themselves a great disservice.
Yeah.
Because no one is going to take it seriously.
No.
And of course, there's one thing that we hold in a grateful reverence in this country, and that's our sporting teams. And by taking them on, you're not going to get much traction.
No, I just think they're a bunch of wafflers, to be quite honest. Nobody's listening. They should just really shut up and move on.
Jog on.
Now, look, if this is not an omen for the renewables-only experiment, a truck carrying a section of wind turbine has crashed into a bridge west of Brisbane, causing extensive delays down a major highway. Nobody was injured, thank goodness, but the turbine became wedged underneath the overpass. I don't actually understand how this happened. How can you go under a bridge if you're that over height? But Tina, I mean, is that not an omen for the future under the renewables only experiment?
But it's not the first time either. You know, there've been other incidents and accidents with these nightmare
with these turbines.
Yeah,
I mean, they're big beasts. Look how big they are, David.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is, I'm telling you as a former Transport Minister, this actually happens a lot. And it's a shame that the truck driver didn't realise what was going on. But you're right. I mean, for those who look into the entrails of owls to determine the future, I think just need to turn on the news and see what happened there.
Just have a look at the turbine stuck under a bridge. And you know what's an omen? Because we are stuck. We are stuck in this bottomless pit that is the renewables only experiment. David Elliott, Tina McQueen, thanks so much for joining me on the show. Have a good weekend. We'll see you next week.